John here, aka Razor from Zombie Apocalypse Survival Camp and Backyard Outdoors Facebook page, the Wild Survive forums. Got a knife here I'm going to do a review on. It's actually not even out in the stores yet. It's made by Schrade. It's their Frontier series bushcraft knife. It'll be out in May. This one differs slightly. The ones that'll be out will have a jimping on the back of the blade here. This one's smooth. A friend of mine sent me this, actually the designer, Brian Griffin. He's designed a few other knives. I think the SCHF 9 Extreme Survival Knife made by Schrade, the Tops Tebow from the Tops website. He's a relatively well-known writer. He wrote for Tactical Knives magazine, and I think he's currently writing for Self-Reliance. Reviews knives, designs knives. He's also a bit of a survival expert, both urban and woodland. He put a lot of thought into the design of this knife. He wanted to design a knife that was very comfortable to use, good solid working knife that covered a lot of bases, that makes it very comfortable to use, and put a lot of thought and design into it. It's just shy of 10 inches long. It's got a full 5-inch blade. The full flat grind, 1095 steel. I believe they're being made overseas, but Schrade's been known for their 1095 steel. Has a really good heat treat, and it's not cheap by any means. Most of the steel that they're getting overseas anyway, they actually purchase from us, so I'm not too worried about that. It's a full tang. It's got a real nice lanyard hole in it, bigger than most knives. I really like that because it allows you to take a loop instead of actually tying string into it. You can put a loop on it for a wrist lanyard. Makes it quick, on and off, easy. There's also good texturing on the back of that for batoning or possible light hammering. Prevents it from slipping so that you're not hitting your hand. But the first thing I noticed when I picked this knife up is the comfort. It ideally fits my hand perfect. I've got rather large hands. It doesn't feel bulky, and it doesn't feel, there's no sharp edges on it at all. It's very well contoured. As you can see, it's got slight palm swell to it, and it actually gets just a little bit larger towards the butt. Gives you a really good solid grip. It doesn't feel like the knife wants to come out of your hand. It's got a 3/16 inch thick spine, full flat grind, so it's a very heavy duty knife. It weighs just a touch bit over half a pound. Got a nice distal taper to it, real light, lively in the hand. The balance point is just a little bit behind where your finger goes, which puts a little bit more weight to the handle, which I've always found makes it less fatiguing. It's just a heck of a nice knife. I've already taken out, played with it a little bit, whittled some fuzz sticks, and just kind of got the feel for it. And I'm going to take it out here when I'm done with this video and do some more filming. But I just want to say this for it right now. It's designed around bushcraft, which is a very popular genre now when it comes to knives. For some reason, a lot of people think that you need a survival knife is different than a bushcraft knife, is different than a camp knife. I happen to think a knife like this will be very suitable for all those. This would be a good hunting knife. It's got a real good belly to it, nice drop point. Be good for skinning. I know personally from owning knives that are flat ground, they're very strong in the spine but have a very good edge, which this is extremely sharp. I haven't touched it up or anything. We're good for skinning animals, butchering animals, plain old camp chores, anything that you'd use a knife for in camp. The slight recurve here gives you a constant angled cut Makes it very efficient for whittling things like tent stakes and feather sticks, things like that. I'm just, first impressions, I'm very impressed with it, and I'm very picky about my knives. I think this knife will cover a very wide genre of uses: bushcraft, survival, hunting, camp. I just don't think a person could go wrong with a knife like this. It's not overly big. Due to the 5-inch blade, it's just a little bit bigger than an ESE E4 and weighs just a little bit more, but it definitely feels a little more stout. And like I said, you can put a lanyard on it real quick, on and off. Just cowtail it through there. That gives you an option. For chopping, by doing that you can choke down on the butt, and that will give you a lot more length, put some weight out front for chopping duties. I found this knife has no problem chopping through a 1/2-inch stick in one stroke. So as far as batoning goes, I've used full flat grind knives, full tang knives for that for years, and you can't go wrong with it. It splits really well. I personally don't baton a whole lot. The only thing I'll baton is wood, usually about no wider than what the blade is, to make kindling. I don't see any point in cutting through a log this big with a knife. That's kind of pointless to me. The handle material is they call it grivery. I think, I'm not positive, but it might be the same stuff that's used on the BK&T knives, or Becker Knife and Tool Company, on their BK line. It feels a little bit slick, but when you grab it, it's got some texture to it. It warms up to the hand nicely. I'm not a real big fan of it. I prefer canvas micarta, but that's why this knife is going to be a little bit more in the budget line. I think the MFR on this, manufacturer's price, is they're running at about $70 to $80, but we all know that once it hits the internet and that, the price will be going down. I'm guessing it's going to be between $50 and $60. This one doesn't have a sheath. I had to actually make one. Good friend of mine, Guy Kane, helped me build a sheath for it, so I got something to house it in for now. But the ones coming in production will have a leather sheath to them. I just think I better get out in the woods and do some playing with it so I can show you what she can do. Alright, let's go head out. Alright, I've been out here playing with the Schrade SCHF 42. Put a little time in, cutting some stuff, whittling some things. I can give you my honest first impression. Granted, our hunting season's over here where I'm at, so I couldn't go get a deer or anything and butcher it for you, show you how it works, but I've used plenty of knives in my life. A plain old drop point with a good belly, good 4 to 5-inch blade will take care of any game processing you ever need, so I'm sure it'll work fine for that. But I whittle a tent stake, just try out how it cuts. One thing I can say is I've always preferred a straight edge, only because it looks neat to me. I like a nice clean straight edge, but I didn't realize how a recurve actually gives you better slicing ability. The knife, if you don't hold it in the exact same place, it has the same cutting angle because of the curve to it, and it makes it really easy to whittle things round. It also gives you lots of power. I've noticed you can really make big cuts and things, which I think is very efficient. I don't know what I'd be making, something, maybe a tripod or building a raft or so, I don't know what, but anything, the more wood you can take off with one cut, the more efficient it's going to be, obviously. It works great on fine stuff. I made a trap trigger, be a knot you tie your string into. This would go in the ground. You'd tie your snare to that, set it up, but it would just work in there, and use it to make these nice little fine notches in there. And it worked well even just out here using the edge or getting up close and working with it. It's very intuitive in the hand. The blade edge is right where you need it. One thing I really like that recurve on it. When you're notching round sticks, it rolls right with them. It makes nice, easy, smooth cuts that are easy to whittle out. But man, the thing that impresses me the most is the handle. I thought I was going to hate those rivery grips, and I still prefer micarta, but these aren't slippery at all, and it's kind of cool today. It's about 30 degrees. You can tell my nose is running a bit, but it doesn't. My hands don't feel like I need gloves on. It's warming up to my hand. I'm actually a little bit more impressed with those than I thought I would be. Granted, I'm sure once this knife is popular, some aftermarket companies are going to make canvas micarta grips for it. I'll definitely be getting some, but you're not going to be handicapped with these on there at all. That recurve also makes it very easy to make fuzz sticks. You can push cut them, draw cut them. It doesn't matter as long as you stay inside that sweet spot. It works really well. I'm very impressed with it. I can't see too many tasks or chores that you'd ever use a knife for in camp, hunting, bushcraft, or survival that you'd ever be handicapped with this knife. But mostly it's just, it feels good. It's a good working knife. I don't think your hand would get fatigued using it at all. And it cuts right through wood pretty easy, chopping wise. Nice clean cuts. Do this just for the heck of it. I wouldn't normally use a knife for this, but I just want to see how well it'll chop using the rest lanyard. Backing up on the blade a bit. Your legs are out of the way. I went right over a knot there. Didn't seem to phase it one bit. And it almost cuts like a small hatchet. I don't think that's bad at all for a 5-inch blade knife. I guess I could do a little batoning with it. Get it started. I'm not a big fan of batoning much stuff. I'd only baton. This is about the biggest I'd baton to get some kindling out of. I think it's kind of pointless to split great big logs, because why waste the energy and try to take a chance of damaging your knife? Easily make kindling. Everything about this knife just says use me. Well, I guess that's about all I can show you for now. Like I said, this knife will be out in May. I think the manufacturer's suggested retail price is going to be around 70, 80 bucks. But honestly, that's just, everybody knows that price is going to be down, especially once it goes on the internet. I'm guessing you get it for 50, 60 bucks. There ain't nobody in the woods going to be handicapped with this knife. Heck of a good design. Alright, well, I'm just going to sit here and play a little bit more because I'm enjoying it, but I'm going to cut the video short. I don't want you to get too bored. So thanks for watching. Make sure you check out more videos from Razor Sharp, and Zombie Apocalypse Survival Camp, wildsurvive.com, and Backyard Outdoors Facebook page. Thanks for watching.